Thank you for the opportunity to be here with you and for the interest in the subject presented today. A bit about myself. I will start sharing my screen. Just give me a second and we'll start talking. Okay, so we'll go here. So as Fatma said, we'll talk today about hypnosis and hypnotherapy and the power that we have to our mind, and also talking about the myths in hypnosis and hypnotherapy. So a bit about myself. I'm a certified hypnotherapist in US and UK and started on this journey officially more than 5 years ago. I started by taking the hypnotherapy training in Dubai with my favorite coach, Beryl Komar. She's the one bringing all these modalities for the first time in Middle East more than 30 years ago. And once I have started to do the hypnotherapy training, dots started to connect for me to understand that there's a powerful connection between our mind and our body. And not only that, understanding the powerful implications that our words, our thoughts process, and our emotions have on ourselves and on our daily, day-to-day life. So as you can see here, I wanted to say something on a personal note. We are a happy family of 4. We are enjoying our time, as Fatma said, for the last 6 years we've been in Dubai, but moved this year to Canada at the beginning of the year. I mean, yes, on 1st of February, before all this chaos started. So we were lucky enough to be able to settle and to arrange ourselves a bit before the lockdown. So today, wanted to talk to you and to bring more awareness about what is hypnosis and hypnotherapy. So I would like to start to ask you, first of all, to lift your hands up or let us know if you have ever been hypnotized.
I was.
Good. So also, if you ever fall in love.
Of course, I think no one here everyone fell in love sometime in their life.
Exactly. Have you drove back from shopping and when you reach, you did not know when you reached back home or when the time went by because you drove on the same way back and forth to the groceries?
I think that happens almost every day.
Exactly. So, or maybe you found yourself doing something or buying something that you did not want because you saw so many times the commercials on the screen or commercials showing on your computer, and you've been tempted all of a sudden to go and buy that product to see how it is.
I think with COVID, Christina, everyone bought something that they don't really need with this lockdown.
Exactly. And or being so much captivated by a movie or a conversation that you did not hear anything that was happening around you. When you're having such a good time with your friends, one-to-one, or maybe watching a movie that is so captivating, what's happening around you, all of a sudden you are not hearing what's happening.
Yep.
So all this
we cry and we laugh with the movies. Sorry, I cut you in. We laugh and we cry when we watch movies, and we know that maybe that's not real. It's not happening.
Exactly. So you are so much focused onto all of this. And all of these that I have mentioned here are hypnosis. You are being hypnotized because hypnosis is a natural state of our being. It's nothing unusual. We go in and out hypnosis all day long. So it's nothing that happens on like a magic when somebody comes to you and does something to you without your permission. So we go through all these states on and off. It's a light state of hypnosis, but it's a natural part that we are going through. And wanted to talk a bit to bring to your awareness that there is a huge background in history about hypnosis. So we can talk about the Egyptians and pharaohs and their temples of sleep, about the Greeks and their shrines of healing, shamans in America, Mesmer in 1765, and King Louis, they were using hypnosis. And also, it's a very well-known surgeon, James Esdale, that he performed hundreds of surgeries using only hypnosis back in time. Not only that, but also Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung used hypnosis during the First World War and Second World War. Hypnosis was used as a treatment because at that time they were not having enough medicine on their side, and it was a very well known technique to be used to help with the pain management. And people that are very well known in the history of hypnosis are Dave Ellman and Milton Erickson. Dave Ellman is the one that I have trained with following his process. He is the one that has trained only doctors. So his training, he did not train people outside the medical field. So he was working always with doctors from all areas of doctors, dermatologists, dental practitioners, general practitioners, surgeons. And even nowadays, the British Medical Association and American Medical Association have approved the use of hypnosis as a valuable tool. So hypnosis, I just want to emphasize this, is not something that it's only a mystical stuff. It's having a scientific background as well. And it's used for many, many centuries with amazing results. So having all this said, there are very well-known people that have used and are using nowadays hypnosis. So back in the days, Mozart used hypnosis, Rachmaninoff, Goethe.
Sorry, I think, yeah, that by mistake.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So there are very famous people that understood the power of their mind through hypnosis. And among them, also Albert Einstein, who was accessing deeper states of creativity through hypnosis, and Winston Churchill, Jackie Kennedy, to overcome and let go of the tragic event that happened in her life. And more closer to nowadays are people like Kevin Costner, Kate Staples, also Tiger Woods. He has used it to win a lot of his game. He has had a personal coach, a personal hypnotherapist, training him how to focus his mind, how to become the best in what he's doing. People like Johnny Davis, it's a British Olympic fencer, Paul McKenna, a therapist and trainer, Matt Damon, Britney Spears, Ben Affleck, all these people from Hollywood as well use hypnosis to stop smoking. Kate Middleton, it used hypnobirthing to give birth to two beautiful kids while using hypnobirthing. It's a process that helps you have a pleasant way in delivering our kids. Oprah, it's a very well-known person that has used hypnotherapy in many aspects of her life. Bruce Willis, to overcome stuttering. And in the book that Dave Ellman has written, Hypnotherapy, he is giving there so many examples and ways in overcoming stuff like this, like stuttering, quit smoking, also weight management. There are so many aspects that hypnosis can help with. So there are so many aspects and people that have used it with great success throughout the time. So what can hypnosis help with? It's that moment, and might have happened to many of us, when a part of us wants something and the other part wants a different stuff. For example, when a person wants to stop smoking, consciously they want to, and they understand the implication of on the health side, but there is something else that is pulling them on the other side. A part of me wants to stop, there's something else, another part of mine which doesn't want to stop. So in a more academical way said hypnosis, it's the bypass of the critical factor of the conscious mind and the acceptance of suggestions of change in the subconscious mind. So yeah, this is a bit too academic and long said, but I would like to explain to you how it really works. And for that, I'll go through, it's called NLP mind model. It's a simple way of understanding how our mind is structured. If we have any questions until now from anyone, I'm happy to answer. If not, you can type it on the chat and I will look a bit later to answer it. So,
I have a question.
Sorry?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
So yeah, we are saying that we have all been hypnotized in our life, right?
Yes.
And because we have been hypnotized, we also have the power to unhypnotize ourselves.
Exactly. It's like everything has been learned, it can be unlearned, deprogrammed. It's like anything in this life. So once we learn maybe in a certain way, but which is no longer serving us nowadays, we can go back to the root cause and find out what exactly happened. And we can reprogram that part that is no longer serving our highest good.
Okay, understood. So now I think the mind model will explain it even further, because it will show them that actually your mind is not only one layer, it's 3 or many layers, who knows, right? But it's going to be a very interesting model to show. Exactly.
So as you can see here, we wanted to talk a bit about the mind, because from the very beginning, it is said when the embryo it's formed, the very first part of our body, which you think it's formed. I think I already revealed the answer, which is our brain actually, and it's the first part. It's the unconscious part of our brain. Or of our mind. It's the unconscious part which it's being formed on the very first days.
Christina, I think your video is not working. Let's see. Guys, if you can hear me, please type yes in the chat or number 1. Okay, so I think it's from Christina's side. Let me just give her a call. Right, so until Christina comes back, I can tell you more about this mind model. Basically, as she mentioned, the unconscious mind is the first one that we are born with, right? It's the very, very first one. And then after that, when the presentation comes back, you guys are gonna see the second part, which is the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the biggest portion of our mind. And then also,
hello, sorry.
Hi, Christina, welcome back. Yes, we can hear you now, but then it's jamming again. Let's see if I can. Okay, she is gone again. Anyways, guys, I was gonna tell you more about this mind model. Let's see until her connection comes back up. So basically, the mind model is 3 parts. One part is the very unconscious part, which is moving your organs inside of you. It's breathing for you, and it's also moving you, and it does a lot of things that I'm not aware of. It's the unconscious mind. And then you have the subconscious mind, which is the middle part. Christina, you're back.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
It's okay. So I explained the unconscious mind. Can you explain to them the subconscious mind, please?
Sure. Just give me a second. Do you see my screen?
Yes. Maybe if you can stop sharing your video, it would be, the internet for you would be better.
But there is no connection. I can explain. Let's see. Stops. Did I? No. Okay, so talking about the subconscious mind,
Yep,
you said about the unconscious mind, the body functions and the
I
immune.
did. Yeah.
Now, around 22 to 25 weeks, a very important part of our mind is being formed, and this is the subconscious part of our mind. So that's the moment when the mother starts to talk with the baby, and the senses are already there. Our hearing, our vision, smell, taste are already formed, and the baby is already starting to have feelings based on what's happening with the mother as well. So if the mother is in a very good state, the baby is very happy as well. In the same time, it's happening on the opposite when there is anger or conflict. All these feelings are being sent to the baby, and emotions are being formed. And by the end of the day, what are emotions? Emotions are energy in motion. So they are coming and going based on what's happening around us. So senses and feelings are the base, and these are getting formed even as I mentioned from the womb. And through all of this, if you take, you might have seen already babies that are coming out and they are sucking their thumb. And that's a habit that has been formed from the womb. Something happened and there was a need that has to be fulfilled in order for the baby to feel good, to feel happy, and to satisfy that need. Maybe he was a bit stressed, and it found easily by sucking the thumb to have that release. So all the habits are being formed in our subconscious part of the mind, and the habits is like a smoker. For example, the smoker who has started smoking in order to fulfill a need. Maybe it was the need to belong to a group because that group was smoking, and that person was the only one who was not smoking. Or maybe a friend told to someone that have a cigarette and you'll calm down from the stress that you're having. And because our mind is always looking to bring us from pain to joy. We're born to be happy, and always you'll find our mind is looking to find ways in order to make us happy, to bring us to satisfy the need, and to release maybe the anger, to release the stress. So in the happy part, in the subconscious mind, we have it's the self-preservation. Everything that happens and all the habits that are being formed to help us, to protect us.
Can
The
I add
intent,
something? It's also like when someone bites their nails, nail biting,
yes,
nail biting, and I think also moving the leg a lot. These are
yes,
all learned habits and they can be unlearned.
exactly. So those habits has been formed in order to offer a release, a momentary release to the situation, and has been compounded and repeated throughout the time, and it became a habit, because our mind wants to protect us, wants to take out from that flight and fight mode and bring us to a pleasant way. Because as I mentioned, we are born to be happy, we are born to have joy, and to be moved out of discomfort. And this in this part, in the subconscious part, we have, as I mentioned, this habit part. But what's happening is the fact that once the habit is being formed, our subconscious mind, it's a bit lazy. Will, once the habit is formed, will not look for another one to replace it. So it's formed. I'm offering you this solution. It's also like when people are eating chocolate or ice cream to release, to calm down as well. So this
I'm
is
one of them.
this is also a learn, because somebody at a certain time gave you the suggestion. It was an authority, it was somebody with an impact in your life, and gave you the suggestion saying, okay, if you have this sweet, because of course sweets are increasing the good moods, but it's understanding that that habit has been formed throughout the time. And right now, in order to change that habit, we need to go directly to the subconscious part. And in this part, in the subconscious part, it's the long-term memory. In the subconscious mind, we have everything stored since the womb till till this moment. So it's every second of your life. It's imagine like a computer with folders, even more folders, and every second of your life it's stored in there. Because if I'm asking you, for example, right now, if you remember what you are wearing on your second birthday anniversary, will you remember?
No.
No, unless it was a very impactful event. Yes, you remember, but otherwise you will not. So all these events are being stored in the subconscious mind. It is the place of beliefs and values. Because once the habit is formed, it's we are believing people are believing, for example, with the smoking, that only through smoking they'll find their releasing the stress. They'll keep being slim as well, because if they might have stopped at a certain point, but they have received the message, if you quit smoking, you're gonna gain weight. So there is a fear, and their belief is already being formed in this part of the subconscious mind. So it's a way going in. Beliefs are triggering the senses and feelings and emotions. It's not only one way going on. It's also senses are triggering, and maybe an image it's triggering a certain belief inside of you. So it's both ways going on and off.
And as you rightly mentioned, it might be something they heard from someone else, like a comment, which is not real. So these beliefs are not real beliefs. They are just heard from someone, and then you make them your belief, but it's not real. Like, for example, you know, I can say something about myself. Usually I go to a chiropractor to help me with my neck. And I noticed that my usual go-to move is to keep my shoulders up without me noticing them. So this is a learned habit when I'm like, you know, working a lot. So now I'm very conscious of it. Like I lower it whenever I can, but it's a learned habit in my subconscious that immediately goes up, and it doesn't feel good. Yani at the end of the day, smoking maybe you think it's good, but it's not really good. Such things as also like biting your nails or all the other things that hypnosis can help with.
Exactly. So yeah, it's because with hypnosis we go directly to the root cause and understand what's happening, and reframe through the eyes of today with the wisdom that we have gained throughout the time, and the understanding and knowledge that we have gathered throughout the time. It was taken at a certain moment, but however, we realize that is no longer good for us, and we
I have a question.
mentioned also Einstein said that the subconscious part it's representing 90% of our mind.
Yeah.
So it's a huge part that it's occupying. And until what age do you think that the subconscious mind, we stay only with the subconscious mind, with the emotional?
Until the age 6.
Yeah, it is said that until the age of 6 to 7, we are having only the subconscious mind, and we are only based on emotion. We don't know the difference between good and wrong. We are like a recorder, recording everything that is happening around us, learning from the behaviors of our parents, from our family, from the society, from school. So we learn from their behavior, from what is being told to us. So an authority, we might have had in our families people saying money are evil, because people who have money, they don't have love. And like this, we are forming other limiting beliefs which are stopping later on in life to fulfill our highest potential. Because we are learning those, like we are just recording between 0 to 6 to 7 years old. We are just learning from authorities that are present in our life. So we are using later on beliefs that are learned beliefs and are not ours. And what's happening later on? So after this age, 6 to 7, we have the conscious mind. The conscious mind, which is right now helpful, being able to analyze, to rationalize. This is the mind that is the IQ part of the mind. So we have gaining to the conscious mind, the analytical, rational. We are able to compare and to contrast. This is the part that we go to school for the 12 years or maybe more, going to university. This is helping us to maybe the one we do the grocery list, we do the financial part. This is the logical part, not the emotional. So the emotional part, it's in the subconscious part. It's our EQ. It's in the subconscious, which represents 90%, and the conscious mind, which is the one that we are right now talking, the one that is present while we are fully awake.
Yeah, I want to add something, Christina, here. Also, if any one of you guys have any learned habit that is not, that you don't want to have it anymore, such as biting your nails or moving your legs a lot, let us know. And maybe we can, like, help you or guide you with that. If you have any learned habit when you were a kid from your subconscious mind, just write it down if it's something that you want to change.
And also what I would like to mention as well, we are being born only with two fears.
Two
So
fears?
two fears, only that. So it's fear of loud noises and fear of falling down.
Okay.
Anything else, it's a learned fear. I have had many clients with fear of flying, and that's a learned fear. It's not a fear based on something real that happened to them. It's a learned fear. Maybe they got scared by seeing a movie or by seeing in the news so many times, repeating the news about planes being crashed, but never happened to them. And that fear has been learned, and as has been learned can be unlearned, as you mentioned as well. So fear of snakes or spiders. So these fears are fears that have been learned and can be unlearned as well, to have if it's impacting your life. If it's not impacting your life and you're doing very well and you feel good with it, that by all means. But in many cases, these are restrictive. It's not allowing people to fully live their life to the all the possibilities that they have.
Yeah, so Mehreen is asking, is the restless leg syndrome can be changed? Yes, of course, it can be changed 100%, and hypnosis can really help with that.
Yes, and also what I want to emphasize here, we are not excluding the medical field, the allopath one. We are complementary. Or when a client comes, for example, and I had cases with, for example, a shoulder pain or lower back pain, I'm asking all the time if has been ruled out all the medical possibilities. For example, have done all the MRIs and all the X-rays, if has been seen by a doctor. And the answer is yes, I have been to all the doctors possible. They are saying there's nothing wrong inside myself. The bones are perfectly aligned, my spine is perfect, but I still have this this pain that it's a chronic pain that is not going. And from there, we start to understand it's an emotional pain. It's caused by a trauma. It's a blockage that has happened and needs to be released. So like that, I had many cases, and when throughout few sessions, that pain has been gone definitely, and they are enjoying their life for in a full way. Because through hypnosis, you can achieve many things in a faster way than other modalities. And I'm
Christina,
not,
I want to ask, can someone refuse, like someone who wants to be hypnotized but then can't be hypnotized? Is that a possibility?
we all can be hypnotized. There are a few categories of people that are you cannot be hypnotized. And hypnosis, it's a choice. It's allowing the person that is in front of you to guide you through hypnosis. With hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I'm not doing anything instead of you. I'm just a guide, a facilitator who has learned, has been trained to follow a certain protocol, a certain process, knowing that it's helping to set aside the conscious mind and work in the subconscious, bringing to the front the subconscious mind. So as I was saying, there are few categories: people that are drunk cannot be hypnotized, people that are having brain damage. It's another category of people with a very low IQ, meaning an IQ below 75, which they really have a physiological issue, a brain damage, a brain paralysis, or like this. But any other person, an intelligent person, can be hypnotized if they are choosing to. It's a choice. It's not something that I can do and force someone to be hypnotized. As I was mentioning earlier, when you fell in love or where you're hypnosis is a state of focus, of full focus towards inside, within. It's not from outside. What's happening in hypnosis, you are focusing inside of you. And you get in touch with that part of you which has all the memory and all the traumas that have triggered a certain behavior. So yeah, did I answer to your question?
Yeah. I think when we talk about the myths, it's going to be even more clear for the participants to understand.
Exactly. So there was a
yeah. So there's a question from Hawla who is asking: is guided deep meditation similar to hypnosis?
Yes, can be, because I was going to mention as well. So guided meditation, it's as well a type of hypnosis. It's similar. We are going to the same stage, to the same trance. It's going inside, within.
Okay, yeah.
Because I will also mention here, so in the conscious part of our mind, we have the willpower. And many of us got with the impression that willpower, it's good. It's good for a certain amount of time. But the willpower, it's an army of 10. It's that moment when at the new year, we start with the resolution. From now on, I will go to gym every single week and work this out. From 1st of January, I'll quit smoking. From 1st of January, I'll do that and that. And this willpower, it's going to help us for a limited amount of time, because we have an army of 10, the conscious part of our mind, it's representing, as Einstein said, 10% of our mind. And we have an army of 10%, which is fighting with an army of 90%, where the habit has already been formed. Yeah. So in order to change the habit, which is in our subconscious mind, you need to go there, to the root cause of that habit. And also we have the short-term memory in the conscious mind. So the big events that we had in our life, like maybe our wedding, maybe our graduation from university, from high school, big events that are there, you'll always remember, but you'll not remember it in details. So you'll not remember each and every second. It'll be too much for the conscious mind to have such a big buffer. That's why it's sent to the subconscious mind. And in the subconscious mind, we have all this information on all the details.
So there is a question here also. Can dreams have the same effect as hypnosis at times?
Dreams are a bit different. So yes, when we sleep, we are our subconscious mind, it's always 77 out of 24. So it's always subconscious mind throughout the sleep. It's there present. It's never sleeping, the subconscious mind. So through sleep, you access as well your subconscious, and your conscious mind is set aside. It's like an observer. So yes, throughout the sleep, you have
you are in a state, I would say.
You have several, we have the beta state, beta wave, alpha wave, where it's in between sleep and being awake, beta, alpha, theta, theta wave, which is the somnambulist, the deep sleep that we have. And also we can achieve it through hypnosis. But hypnosis, it's by far sleep. So I will also talk further that hypnosis, it's not sleep. It's a state of full awareness, full focus, when the conscious mind is a bit set aside like an observer, and the subconscious mind is being brought in front. And because we need to align what's happening in the conscious with the subconscious part, we need to have an harmony between the two of these.
Yeah.
So that's the whole process of hypnosis, to bring in harmony, in alignment, the conscious mind and subconscious mind where the habit has been formed. So also in the conscious mind, we have the critical factor. We are criticizing and we are analyzing all of this. And what's happening with hypnosis, we are bypassing that critical factor. If you remember what I said, the hypnosis. With hypnosis, we are bypassing that critical factor that we have in the conscious mind, and the acceptance of suggestions of change in the subconscious mind. Because through hypnosis, and how this is achieved, the hypnosis, it's a state that you can achieve through relaxation, through meditation, through music, through just staying and enjoying being guided in that state. So you can do also self-hypnosis. There are people that can teach you to do self-hypnosis, and you can achieve it by yourself. As I mentioned, hypnosis, it's a self-hypnosis. It's not no one. It's going to go inside of your mind and
control you, make you dance like a
for you. Yeah, no, that's also something I will talk to throughout the myths. It's a choice those people are making. They are going there. There is a stage hypnosis. It's a huge difference between stage hypnosis and hypnotherapy. So just to recap a bit and to have it for those people that are more visual represented, this is the iceberg, like Freud explained it. We have two minds, the big ones, the conscious mind and subconscious mind. Is this like this iceberg? We have only on the tip of the iceberg outside, which is our conscious mind, while our subconscious mind, where we have all the habits, all the emotions that have been formed, beliefs, are in there. And throughout this, we can achieve, throughout hypnosis, we can achieve the contact. We can bring in front the subconscious mind to start reframing, reprogramming, and deprogramming. Actually, our role as hypnotherapists is to deprogram what has been programmed there and is no longer beneficial for the person that has come to us.
Yeah.
Because the conscious mind is the thinking mind. Just to have a bit of recap, thinking mind, which has the logic, the reason, and analysis. So all this is happening at the conscious part, and the subconscious part is the one with feelings, the one with long-term memories, with the habits and beliefs. So it's a feeling mind. That's why I said at the beginning that it's important to understand that the thoughts that we are using, the pattern of our thoughts, the words that we are using, and the emotions attached to those thoughts are significantly important to understand. Maybe when we find ourselves in a low mood or in a looping situation that we repeat the same and same situation, going in the same loop, to stay a bit, to step aside and to observe our thoughts, what's happening in our mind. Because indeed we do have a mind, but many people neglect to stay with themselves and to analyze a bit, okay, what's happening with me? How come that I'm going through this loop over and over again? How come that I cannot stop this smoking? How come that I cannot stop by myself this craving for sweets? What's happening with me that I keep on saying to myself that you are not enough, you are not good enough? These are learned. When we come to this world, we are come perfectly happy, healthy, and with a very good opinion about ourselves. We love ourselves. If you look at the 2 years old or 3 years old, that one will not have any issue to speak in front of an audience. It's so natural. But something, it was my case as well. Something happened and I got through an event that later on transformed into not being able to speak in front of an audience, in front of a camera. Because, and doing hypnosis, it was an event that happened to me in the first grade, and I was asked to come in front of the class and present my homework. I got stopped. I did not know I was blocked, and my teacher was not that nice to me.
Okay, so it's like a learned protective way of telling you, no, I'm scared. I don't want to go in front of the people because that happened to me before, and you don't remember the first year.
Exactly.
So if we can
Exactly.
take just
That
one
was
question.
compounded. Sorry.
Yeah. So sorry, there's a question from Hreen who's also asking that she went to a coach, a meditation class, and the coach told her she's a creative person at her core, and she asked her to avoid analyzing things to bring forth her creative side and dream more. Is this related to self-hypnosis via dreams or something? Um, yeah, I would say basically we're all creative people. I mean, at the end of the day, we have a brain that can think logically and can be creative and can do a lot of things. When you allow that side of you to come, it comes when you do different things, like when you do exercise or when you do things that are not usual for you. So if you go, for example, if you break a pattern of your day, if you start waking up early, you're gonna become a different person because you're doing different things. And definitely, I think hypnosis can help make someone more creative. It depends on the goal of that person. And it all depends on what you have in the subconscious mind, I would say.
Exactly. What that coach said to her is to avoid to be analytical, because analytical is for the conscious mind, and that was right. So once you avoid to analyze and you just allow yourself to be inside, to pay attention to what's happening to your feelings, emotions throughout your body, yes, that's the way to go and access your creativity. As you said, depending on what's your goal, you can achieve it, because the subconscious mind and through meditation, it's also another tool to achieve self hypnosis like that. So yes, for me, I came up to understand that it's depending of the purpose of meditation, because meditation sometimes can be just to empty your thoughts, and that's it. But with hypnosis or guided meditation, you go directly having a goal. Today, I just want to release my limiting belief about money, my limiting belief about myself that I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not good enough in speaking in front of the audience. I'm not good enough in achieving different stuff. So yes, you can do it, because our subconscious mind is the one who has all the keys and answers, and there you go and reframe with the mind of today, the mind that is much more wiser, much more experienced, and understood differently the things. Okay, so going back here, what's actually hypnotherapy? It's a practice, it's a profession. It's helping people to change habits, modify behaviors, and through hypnosis. It's like any profession. We are trained, like any, for example, a person that is trained to become accountant, they are going through the courses and they are learning their job. Like this, it's we are being trained and we are being following process, and we are doing a lot of practice before seeing clients. It's not like I'm doing an online course right now and I'm a hypnotherapist.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
So, and it's, as you said, it's acknowledged by the medical associations in the UK, the medical association in the US, and it's a profession actually. It's something that is not learned through an online course. It's something more practical, and it has hours of training and a certification as well, and a license to become a hypnotherapist.
Exactly. So I had to undergo like more than 200 hours of training and practice in order to get my certification. And after that, I have trained again in other modalities like NLP, EFT, to get to become more, have different tools, different modalities to work with people. So as I said, it's here when I want to talk about the difference between hypnosis, stage hypnosis, and hypnotherapy. Stage hypnosis is made for entertainment, and those people that are going there are going with an open mind, with the choice of having fun, whatever fun means there. So if they are asked to be to bark like a dog, they will do it because they allow that to happen. It's a choice for them to do that. Nobody forced them. So because they want to feel good, and they will do that in front of the audience. They agree to that. It's a choice that they have done.
Yeah.
While hypnotherapy, it's a process. It's a therapy used in hypnosis in order to achieve the goals of the client that is in front of you. Maybe your client came to you for releasing their anxiety or different phobias, or maybe enhancing their memory. I started this path as well to be fascinated by hypnosis when I saw an interview with a hypnotherapist offering to students a faster way to learn. And I was in university at that time throughout the exam period. So I said, okay, I really need to find out more about this, and started to learn and read about it. So yes, it's helping to enhance your memory, to enhance your focus, to release your limiting beliefs that are not allowing you to be at your best version. So the hypnotherapist is someone who works with clients to resolve specific behavior and habit issues using hypnosis. And in my case, I'm a tailor-made hypnotherapist. It's not one size fits all. From my point of view, there are people that hypnotherapists that are following a script, and they are using it with each and every one, and people that are tailor-making the session. They are addressing each and every person in their uniqueness, because we are different. We might have the same habit of smoking, but we did not start smoking from the same reason. We have different reasons, different needs that have been fulfilled to that. So that's why we need to address it individually.
Yes, and it's the same approach that I also take with my clients, because everyone is unique, everyone is different in their own case, and everyone is a different person. So there is no such thing as like one size fits all, because at the end of the day, we're like unique people with unique, memories, with unique issues, with unique interests. And I think it's good that you are tailoring your services to that individual needs.
Exactly. So, because we need to understand as well that, as you mentioned, there's not one size fits all. The reason for which I'm eating chocolate when I'm stressed is not the same reason that you are eating chocolate or ice cream when you are stressed. That reason is different, and that reason resides in our subconscious mind. And with hypnosis, we reach to that level, and we are being reprogramming that understanding. It's like an inner child work. We are going to talk to the child of us that took that decision in that moment, that okay, this sweet is fulfilling my needs. And I had a case, for example, she was eating sweets because was remembering of the time of her grandfather, which was bringing a lot of comfort into her life. And sweets was associated with the comfort, with the good memory. So we help in dissociating that and just keeping the good memory of the grandfather and dissociating the well-being to the sweets. And once that's done, the craving for sweets is gone. So because that child understood that it's not needed to have that behavior anymore. So yeah, that's the beauty of hypnosis, reaching to that part of you who took the decision on the first moment to have that habit. You're mentioning that we'll talk about myths about hypnosis, and this will be a bit more interesting to talk. So in many cases, the myths are coming from media, from the movies that we have seen, where we've seen hypnosis as a controlling mind controlling tool, which is far away from being true. So movies like Dracula and Svengali, when you are seeing these people using their hypnosis, you'll think, okay, these are very powerful tools, and who is trained like this will control me, will control my mind, and I'll give them everything that they need, which is far from true. Because I've seen and showed in the mind model, we have that protective factor, and that protective factor from the subconscious mind will never allow someone to do anything against your well-being. It's there to protect you always. So myth number one, hypnosis is caused by the power of the hypnotist, and that will be under hypnotist control. As I mentioned earlier, we have the power to hypnotize ourselves. Hypnosis is self-hypnosis. I cannot hypnotize you if you are not choosing to allow yourself to follow my instructions, to follow the process, which is allowing the conscious mind to set back and to bring in front the subconscious mind. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis, and to be hypnotized, the person has to allow hypnosis to take place. If you're not allowing, nothing will happen. I can be the greatest hypnotherapist in the world with 30 years of experience, but if you're not allowing it to happen, it will not happen for sure. And as I said, we are a trained professional. So we know how to guide individual into the hypnotic state. It's like any job you are learning, it is the same for us. We are being trained thoroughly how to guide individuals into the hypnotic states. Once they give us the permission, we are in a trust rapport with them. Because if the person in front of you is not trusting you, hypnosis will not happen. They'll be there analyzing this as well. So that's why it's important to have a very good pre-talk to explain to the person in front of you the role of hypnosis and how our mind works. Myth number two, only people with a weak mind can be hypnotized. That's far from being true. Anyone of average intelligence who wants to use hypnosis can experience hypnosis. So it's also with people with very high intelligence, people like, as I mentioned earlier, people like Einstein, people like Ford and Churchill, Mozart, those are very genius people considered, right? So anyone with average intelligence can be hypnotized, and they choose to. People can be hypnotized to do things against their will. No, that cannot be done, because we have that protective factor inside of us, which will not allow us to do that. And while, as I said, while in hypnosis, you are extremely relaxed, you are still in control. Because relaxation is a side effect of hypnosis. Unless you are making it a goal to relax through hypnosis, yes. But when you come in the office, people are coming mostly with self-confidence issues, with anxiety, with different types of goals. But yes, relaxation is a side effect of hypnosis. And subconscious mind will not allow you to do anything that is out of character, out of your protection. Myth number four, hypnosis is just relaxation. No, it's not. Because it's just a side effect of a process. The truth is that you are in hypnosis, it's more than that. You are able to interact, you are able to talk and still be in that state. You said you've been hypnotized, and you know what I'm talking about, that you can use your voice and still be there in touch with your subconscious mind and be very focused on what's happening. If not willing to talk, we have other ways of communicating. It's called idiomotor responses, where you use the answers to your fingers. It's established from the beginning, yes and no.
Like yes, no. It depends. Like it's always different. I wanted to ask the participants at this point if you guys have any questions for us because we'd be concluding in maybe 3 minutes or 5 minutes from now. But at the end of the day, this time is for you guys to really understand how you can use and really understand what is hypnosis. And demystifying it is key because once you realize that it is a powerful thing that you already use, how you can use it even better, it's going to be very good for you guys. If you have more questions, please ask now and we'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, please continue, Christina.
For example, if there is somebody that may see the reply, they're welcome to write to us, and I'll be happy to reply offline as well. So we'll never be stuck in hypnosis. If your hypnotherapist is not there and something happened, you come by yourself out of hypnosis. So it's nothing that it's keeping you there. Hypnosis is not asleep. So you might look like asleep, but it's not. As I mentioned, it's a state of deep focus that you go inside of yourself. When you're when you're hypnotized, you are not in control. As I said, I mentioned earlier, you are having full control over this, and it was your choice, and you have the power to push back any suggestions that are not in alignment with yourself. We are having magical powers. That's not true at all. So we are just
magical powers. I think we all have magical powers, but we don't know how to use them.
Exactly. In hypnosis, we are guiding people to regain control of their power, to get back in touch, because it's somehow, from my point of view, you have lost touch with your powers, with your magic inside. We have it since we are born. But throughout the time, throughout our growth, something happened and we lost that touch. We lost the connection with our powers, and we are here to help you regain back the connection that was there.
Mehreen is asking that the session has helped her get acquainted with hypnotherapy. Do you suggest any books or articles to read more about it so that she's open to the idea of trying it out?
By yourself. As I mentioned, Dave Ellman, Hypnotherapy. It's a book that is written for all levels. You don't need to be trained as a trained hypnotherapist in order to read that book. Also, if you follow the YouTube channel of Beryl Komar, she will also explain there. It's another. I have a full list. If you want, once you release it, I will put the full list of my recommendations in.
Send it to me and I'll share it with them.
Yes, so yeah. I'll do that as well. So you remember everything that has happened in that session. So there's nothing that you'll not remember from a hypnosis session. The hypnotized person will confess secrets and tell me the truth. No, by far. So that protective factor will only allow you to say what's good for you, and it's keeping you safe as well. For example, people are thinking that they will release their bank accounts to us and their money will not be there. Far away from being true, because imagine we have been millionaires by now. So it's not possible to release this type of secrets. So just a short recap on what we can use hypnosis. So it's a wide range, from insomnia, for concentration, weight management, fear of public speaking, IBS, stammering, stuttering, snoring as well, memory improvement, confidence, broken hearts, exams, nail biting, as you mentioned, bedwetting, relaxation, learn self-hypnosis, overcome depression, reduce stress, sports. It's used in sports, in golf, in tennis. There are many people and teams that are being, and for example, in Dubai, I know one of the sheikhs, I think Hamdan, has been trained and won the championship in archery. So increase self-motivation, control pain. It's helping in addiction like smoking, alcohol, drugs. We've seen so many cases being helped with. And the last one that I want to let you with, it was done a study conducted by the American Health Magazine on the effectiveness of psychoanalysis, behavioral therapy, and hypnosis. They were compared. And as can be seen here, with psychoanalysis it's at the talk therapy, when you are talking like with the therapist, only talking in the at the conscious level. You are not going at the subconscious level. So it's like the psychoanalysis has a rate of 38% recovery after 600 sessions, while the behavioral CBT, for example, it's a behavioral therapy, which has a 72% recovery rate after 22 sessions, and hypnotherapy has 93% recovery rate after only 6 sessions. Because with hypnosis and hypnotherapy, you go directly to the root cause where that behavior has been formed, where that limiting belief exists.
Yes, definitely. And you know, as also these studies have been done, they show that there is a wide range of modalities that people can use, and it depends on the person. But we all know that hypnotherapy is been very successful. I mean, I can say from my own personal experience, I've been hypnotized many times, and it helped me so much for different things. Like one of the times it was about procrastination when I thought that maybe I couldn't do the project that I wanted to do at the same time. So I did a hypnosis session, and immediately I had it done in the same day. So hypnotherapy really works, not only for the procrastination, for many other things. I've tried it, and 100% I believe in it. It works, and I encourage you guys to all try it.
Yes, so it's a beautiful modality that helps and have very high rate of success. But it's important also to understand that needs to be commitment from the person that comes to you. It's a teamwork. The work needs to be done in team. From my side, it's 100% commitment, but needs to be 100% commitment from the other side, from the client, because you are not doing the job, you're just guiding, and your client needs to be ready to do the steps that are required for his change or her change.
Yes, definitely, 100%. And I think as a conclusion, I would say that everyone has a power to change. That is the power that has given us. Every one of us, since we were born, we have the ability to change. We can do it through many different ways, but thank you guys so much for joining us today, for choosing to be here at this hour today. Thank you so much, Christina, for your valuable time and for all the insights that you've shared with us. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much. And if you want to say any last sentences, please go ahead.
That's all. I wanted to thank you as well for the opportunity to be here, and to all the participants that joined us and showed their interest in the topic of today. I'm available as well if they would like to ask more questions in private on the social media, in Facebook, or I'm under the same name, Christina Balcu, your integrated holistic therapist. I'm happy to answer any other questions that might arise from here.
Thank you so much, Christina. I'll be tagging your account on our Instagram page. And guys, if you want to reach out to her, please let me know and I'll help you as well find Christina on Instagram. Thank you so much, guys. Really was a great session. I really enjoyed it today. And inshallah, we'll see you next Saturday with another session and another guest speaker as well. Thank you so much, Christina.
Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much.